What's going on? We're back. We're back with Coffee Talk. This is actually, it's been a long time, but it's back on the core channel. This is actually sort of a reboot of the podcast. So, Michael, how's it going, buddy? Oh, shoot. I think I'm actually listening to myself. Sorry about that. I had it on my phone. But yeah, it's sort of a reboot of the podcast. What's up, Fist of Love? How you doing, buddy? Garage Gamer, what's going on? Did Mason do? Mason does everything for me. What do you mean? Did he do a new intro? Isn't that just like basic 101, man? I'm just kidding. Hey Adam, how you doing, buddy? All right, so let me talk a little bit about why I'm bringing it back to the main channel. So this is sort of like an episode 1. My plan is to actually have us every Wednesday morning. That's like the only morning I can make work between my family obligations and everything else. So it's going to be Wednesday morning, hopefully. What's up, C Marvel 360? How are you, my friend? So yeah, so that's the plan. Damien, how are you? I'm drinking this crazy, normally I would highlight the coffee I'm drinking. I'm drinking this crazy cold brew that's like, it's got 180 milligrams of caffeine. That's pretty good. That's almost energy drink level, but man, it's getting me hyped. So we got a ton to talk about because I just got back from Pinball Expo. There's just so much stuff that we've got to talk about. So let's see, we got Garage Gamer in here. We got a lot of people in here. So I'm excited to see, number one, what you guys have been up to. So definitely let me know in the chat. And we're going to get started. So Pinball Expo was awesome, right? I'll cut the music here in a minute, but Pinball Expo was epic this past year. And for one simple reason, I decided that I would put the camera down a little bit and really focus on enjoying the event. And I think sometimes we're going to get to this. So all right, let's just address the elephant in the room. I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to just give you a hint. I'm not going to tell you what. This sucks because, all right, there's a video going to be coming out about Pinball Expo, but it's probably a couple weeks out, right? But there's something that happened there that's really epic and going to make for some really awesome video footage. But I don't want to talk about, I have to talk about the, I don't know how to talk about this. Okay. I may look a little different, but there's sort of a bit that's in the Pinball Expo video, which would show why I kind of look a little bit younger, maybe. But it's not something I normally do. I just want you to know that it's part of the story, so I don't want to give it away, okay? Because it's going to be such a funny bit that I don't want to tell you right now. So you'll notice I look a little younger, but that's it. Okay. So good morning. Thanks for the super chat. How to Bachelor. He said, good morning, waiting for people to come take my furniture that didn't make it into storage. Got my license back this week. Yeah, so congratulations to How to Bachelor. He moved. He sold his house, so he's moving up to upstate New York, I think. So good luck to you, my friend. I know that you've been kind of marching towards that. Yeah. But I just want to let you know, I never dye anything. I don't usually dye my hair color. I'm au naturel, but I look right now how I looked in 2018 when I started my YouTube channel. Believe it or not, my beard was mostly completely black in 2018. And then I don't know, I think YouTube stress and everything else, I'm not really sure. But all right, you're not fooling anyone. Well, the funny thing is I woke up to a comment saying, Ralph, do you dye anything else? And I was like, what else did they mean that I dye? I'm like, all right. So what we'll do for this episode is we're gonna do a little recap of Pinball Expo, and I didn't ask him, but he is a friend of mine, so I don't think he'll mind. But I pulled one of Kerry Hardy's his recap clip because he did a really good job, and my video footage isn't ready yet, so I can't show you mine. So I'm gonna show you his, but I also put a link in the description of this video to subscribe to Kerry's channel. If you're into pinball, you gotta subscribe to him. He's my favorite, one of my favorite pinball content creators. I got to be careful there because if I don't want to, my buddy Arcade Hollywood, he'll get upset. But I'm joking. But I love them both. I love Arcade Hollywood and I love Kerry Hardy. But in the link in the description, it will directly subscribe you to Kerry's channel. He's an awesome guy and probably does some of the best pinball content. See, Arcade Hollywood does both pinball and arcade. And then obviously, if you're not subscribed to TNT Amusements, I forgot to put the link in the. I'll have to put the links for all three channels But for right now, if you're not subscribed to Arcade Hollywood, subscribe to him. And if you're not subscribed to TNT, definitely do that. So that will cover most of your arcade and pinball content that you need. But yeah, I actually pulled Carrie's clip. So we'll scrub through Carrie's clip real quick because I want to talk a little bit about it. But before I start the clip, I just wanted to say the reason why I enjoyed this year's event, I think a little bit more, is I really tried hard to like put the camera down, not film as much, be really engaged in the moment. I usually do, but I'm usually off doing so much that I sort of like forget to really enjoy the actual show. And I think that's important when you go to these shows. It goes by so fast and there's so much stuff to look at. But what was awesome about this is it's like I came with Nick Madsen showed up. So he's a buddy of mine. I think you've probably seen him in the chat. I don't know. He's probably at work right now, so he probably isn't in there. Adam said Ralph hit the Botox booth at the expo. I've never done that, and I never will. Well, I don't think I will. That'd be weird. I wouldn't do that. All right, so my buddy Nick Madsen came. Another friend of mine who you probably know from the channel, Matt Stringer or Stringer Films, he came. Mason came, but Mason wasn't commissioned to come. Mason just came, and it was really cool because now I kind of wish it was a surprise, but you'll see in the video, like I'm still very surprised that he's there, which is really cool. Arcade Hollywood was there. Todd Tuckey was there. A lot of people that maybe you're less familiar with because I don't always cover the pinball world, but Princess Jillian was there. The TNT twins were there. There was a lot of people there that you've probably seen in Chasing Nostalgia episodes and whatever. So it was really fun to it was just really fun. Hey, what's up? Arcade Hollywood's in the house. He's probably chilling in Barncade. I'm so jealous. He's in Barncade. I know right now he's in his. For those of you that don't know, if you're newer to maybe the show or whatever, my buddy Arcade Hollywood, he's an arcade collector and he wanted a place to keep his machines, and he literally built a barn on his property which is now Barncade, and it's just so cool. When you walk into this structure, it's like you walk in. I'm jealous for a lot of reasons. He's got this big roller door. He's got a basketball hoop. Like I could just imagine myself like working on some games, and he's just got space. He has space. Like he has the thing that we all want. No matter whether you cover, like whether you collect like the smaller 3/4 scale arcades or full size, space is always the thing. I mean, most modern houses, yeah, we have a lot more space than they do, let's say in Europe. But we don't have a lot of space to fill rooms and rooms and then have room to work on things too. So it's so epic what he has there. But he's got this basketball hoop out there. So I just picture myself like working on machines. Like I wish we lived close by. He's such a good friend, and it would be really cool to just go over there. Like I wish like we could have one block. It'd be like me, Nick Madsen. Like we could all be working on arcade machines all day long. We could have Carrie on the street too. I'd be like, oh hey guys, hey, I bought a new pinball. Hey, help me figure it out, because I'm still afraid to tinker with my pinball machines. But hey, Ralphie, what's up, buddy? Congratulations on 52K. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And I think you messaged me. I have to say this real quick. I am so sorry. I have Facebook. I gotta say it like Wicked Gamer and Collector is a good friend of mine. We talk a lot, and with his accent, he says Facebook. He's Facebook. It's really funny. I don't know why. It makes me laugh. I make him say Facebook. He's like, why are you making me say this? Facebook. I don't know. It's really funny the way he says book. But anyway, so I'm sorry, Rafi. I think you messaged me about something, and I've been really bad about Facebook. If you really want to follow me on my real personal account, which is Ralph Ronzio at Facebook. The only reason why I say that at Facebook, the only reason why I say that is because the messenger for the business, for my business page for Retro Ralph LLC, it sucks. Like it doesn't inform me a lot of times, and then you have to change users. It's just a pain in the ass. So I think I owed you a message back, and I'm sorry that I haven't got back to you yet, bud. All right, How to Bachelor. He says, super chat, $2.22. I didn't even know you could do change. Thank you. Ralph, whatever happened to that bat? Bat? You mean like the flying bat? No, we don't talk about that. We pretend like that incident never happened, okay? We pretend like that incident never happened. So anyways, getting back to Pinball Expo. I'm not ignoring you in the chat. I'm just gonna for a little while. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just ignoring you for right now. But Pinball Expo was epic. And I think the reason why is just because I really focused on enjoying the event. And with all, I had a lot of friends there. And then this was probably the first event. And I on Carrie's video, he says this, and I feel very much the same way. I never go to these events expecting to be recognized. I'm not that way. I just, when I go to them, I feel like I'm a participant like everyone else. And I always feel that way anyway. Like I'm a dude that makes content on YouTube, right? And it just happens to be that you guys share that same passion as I do. So when we go to these shows and someone does come up to me and says something like, I really love your channel, or thanks for the content, like that means so much to me. That's like the ultimate. It's great. And some of those people, like this past event, ended up like hanging out for a lot. There's a guy, his name on his badge was John, but his real name is Ryan. So I was like, well, why does it say John? So we were kind of calling him John Ryan the whole time. But such a nice guy. And he was like hanging out with us the whole weekend. It was just so cool. I don't know, like maybe part of it, I mean, obviously it was really awesome and really fun. But I think part of it was just that even now, I don't interact with a lot of people face to face anymore because my job is almost all exclusively virtual. So these events, like, just think about it. You're going to an event where everyone loves the same stuff as you. And I know that game conferences have existed forever, but like we kind of exist in a little bit of like a niche below that, right? Like console retro gaming is super popular. You know what I mean? There's YouTubers with millions of subscribers for that, right? There's a lot of people that love that. The amount of people that love our hobby is much smaller. So you don't like, you don't walk into any corner drugstore. It's Back to the Future reference. You don't walk into any corner drugstore and be like, they're like, oh my gosh, I love arcade games and pinball, don't you? Like, it's just not as common. So to go to one place and have this many people love the same thing that you love, it's freaking awesome. And Pinball Expo has very hardcore pinball fans there, but a lot of those people used to collect or still do collect arcade games too. So it's just so much fun. I don't know. I just had the best. This was probably one of the best times I've ever had in an event, and I attribute it to really just putting the camera down and not being so focused on filming everything, And it can be kind of cumbersome because at the same point I'm looking back at my camera going, man, I don't have a lot of footage, but I had so much fun, I don't care. So, all right. So I'm going to share this Carrie Hardy footage just because I don't have my own really to share at the moment. So we're gonna skip through a little bit. But he did a great job sort of summarizing the event. It was at the Schaumburg Renaissance, and you can imagine because they had that little mascot there. His name was Flippy. He was really cool. Hold on, we got a super chat here. Ryan said, "Did going spark any interest in another pinball machine? I hope to see you at the Texas Pinball Festival next year too." I don't know, man. I'm going back and forth. Hey, Carrie, I didn't I don't know how long you've been here. I'm using your footage, but I have a link to subscribe. I know I didn't have a chance to ask you this morning. I hope that's okay. But thank you for the super chat, Ryan. So we'll hopefully that's all right, Carrie. But I have a link in the description to subscribe. So, all right. It can be cumbersome. I can't imagine. Yeah, Stringer was filming. So yeah, thank you, buddy. You were really you caught a lot of awesome moments, and Stringer's actually working on the edit for this video. So it's gonna be. So don't put any pressure on. Don't put any pressure on him in the chat to like hurry up or anything. I'm joking, Stringer. I'm joking. Whatever you get done, I'm grateful that you did it. I'm joking about that. Okay, so. There was a mascot, Flippy, that was there. The Stearns area had a bunch of different pinball machines. We're going to go through, subscribe to Carrie Hardy. I'm going to say that like a million times. Look at that handsome guy. He's such a handsome guy. I mean, I wonder, you know what? Carrie doesn't have gray in his beard. And I'm wondering, is Carrie younger than me? What do you guys think? Do you guys know how old I am? Guess in the chat how old I am, and I'll confirm my age if someone guesses it right. I mean, someone's going to guess it right. You guys probably already know. But if you don't know my age, put it in the chat. I'll confirm it. But I want to know, do you think Carrie... I'm asking you 10 questions at once. Is Carrie younger than me, yes or no? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he's younger than me. He looks way too vibrant. 55? Son of a bitch, 55? No. I'm not 55. That has to be a joke. Okay. So, all right, fist of love, guy. Well, Chad, you're cheating because you know how old I am. Jesus Christ, the chat's going too fast. I can't even. You guys are going too fast. I can't do it. All right. I'm 43. Chad got it. So thank you for confirming that Carrie looks younger than me too, by the way. So is the consensus that Carrie is younger than me? I am not 55. 55 Pitbull. I'm not. Yes, I am younger. Oh, son of a bitch. I knew it. You look too young and vibrant. God damn it. Whatever. Screw you, Carrie. All right. So here, we're going to skip through this. So there's a lot of things there. So one of the things that I was shocked about, Carrie mentioned it in his video, is there's a lot of console stuff this year. So there was console stuff, console sales, which I was actually surprised about. There was many booths that were selling console games, consoles themselves. I know the year prior that I went, because this is my second year in a row now. The year prior, they had some console stuff, but not to the degree that they do now. So, hey, Carrie, are you going to confirm I'm getting grayer, the barber tells me. Hey, Carrie, what is your age? If you don't mind. If you don't want to say it, it's fine, but I'm curious. The chat was going off on that question, but if you don't mind putting it in there, I'm curious to know. I think you're 38. I'm going to say 37 or 38 is going to be my guess. Just because of some of the stuff you're into, because it's like same age range. Oh, I was close. 37, I think. Oh, okay. We'll check. Ask your wife or something. She'll know. Wives always know that stuff. All right. So I was kind of right. I said 38. I stopped counting at 30, he says. 38 next month. Well, happy early birthday. So yeah, I'm trying to go in the sequence that he covered the event, but Brian Colin goes to every event, right? So he was there with a booth set up with all the games he's been involved in. He'd sign things for you if you want. He had a real Rampage arcade cabinet there, which was cool. So that was kind of neat. We actually, if you watch, I did a live stream with Arcade Hollywood. Thank you, buddy, Jeff for helping me with that. But yeah, you can see there was a lot of console stuff there. But Jeff and I were geeking out. It was hard. So Jeff and I together is interesting because we kind of are both very excited people about the hobby. So when you see us together, we're kind of like over here, over there, over here. Oh my gosh. So it's really hard to keep us focused sometimes. But I think we did a pretty good job considering both of us. The only thing, if I had to go back and do it again, is I was streaming with my phone. Here, I'm going to talk about this for 1 second. I was streaming with my phone, and I don't always do that. I normally have like a streaming table set up. So I've got like all my stuff I normally use, like OBS and stuff like that. So actually, I'm not using that today, but you guys don't care. But yeah, so it was interesting because I had my mics tuned to my DSLR camera, and the gain was up 2 notches too high. And if you guys know me, especially if King Conk is in the chat, I am so anal about audio. Like audio is my number one. Video too, but I hate when audio does not sound good. And I felt like we were 2 ticks up, so we're a little hot on the mics, and I apologize for that. Like I still had fun. I still think it was great content, but I think it could have been better. If I had the mics tuned. But I promise you, next year, I have an idea for next year to make live streaming from the floor so epic. Like I plan on going live. Like I don't even want to record I'm gonna make it a pact to myself that I'm not recording a video. I'm just gonna go live multiple times per day. And Arcade Hollywood, hopefully he's on board with that. But I'm gonna have a really cool live streaming setup. And we have a year to plan it. So we got to get with Rob Burke, Jeff. And hopefully he'll be cool with that. All right, so this thing was the PolyCade. I haven't talked about the PolyCade. They were there. Obviously, it was a pinball show, and we're going to get to that. But the PolyCade was there. The PolyCade is like, it's Bushnell. It's Bushnell's son that started the PolyCade. The PolyCade has it's kind of similar. So I don't want to. It's almost offensive to the PolyCade, but it reminds me a little bit about the iArcade, except this allows you to have access to your Steam library, and it's kind of like a high-end arcade system. You can mount them on the wall. This one that they're showing right there, you can mount on the wall. The other ones that they have there, they have one that looks like a Nintendo cabinet. But anyways, I'm going to try to cover that, I think, on the channel just as a general video, just to get the awareness out for PolyCade, because it's been around for a while, and I don't think I don't think that it's gaining as much traction as they'd like. So $2 super chat from Stringer says, you, Todd, Jeff, and me in a room equals next day laryngitis. I know, dude, none of us could talk because Jeff already talks kind of loud. So Jeff talks loud, so I'm trying to like raise my level. Then Stringer doesn't talk as well. Stringer can be loud, but and then Nick's trying to chime in. So we're all like trying to, and then the noise of the room with all the pinball machines. So it was kind of like, by the way, they had some of the incredible technology stuff there too. But we're all trying to talk about, not over each other, but trying to talk like, so everyone can hear us. So I'm jumping around because I'm trying to follow Carrie's flow here. But there was a lot of things you don't see that often. Like Multimorphic, the P3 company was there. I'm really bummed that I didn't do a dedicated video on that. So many of you guys may know the Weird Al pinball machine came out. That was a sort of, you can buy a Weird Al dedicated machine, but the thing that makes P3 unique is that you can swap out that back play field. So I talked about this actually, believe it or not, on the One Up Weekly forever ago. A lot of people that watch that show were not interested in pinball in general. And, it's an expensive hobby, right? But I think if you're not into buying them, there's plenty of locations you can go to that like barcades that have great pinball lineup. So you can enjoy the hobby that way. While Mason is just looking at us like we're crazy. Yeah, I know, right? Oh God. I don't want to know why, Pitbull. I don't want to know. You guys, Todd has a sore throat for a different reason. All right. I don't want to know what that's all about. But yeah, so this P3, it's an interchangeable pinball system, but it's very expensive. I like the idea and concept. It's kind of like the concept of, here, I'm going to talk about the Stern booth in a second. It's this concept that, hey, a full-size pinball machine is expensive. Why not make an initial investment and then be able to swap games out? Now you're going to be sort of locked into whatever licenses P3 can acquire. It's a cool concept, though. The Stern floor was big, as you can obviously, imagine. They take up probably the majority or have the biggest booth, but they were really focusing on their new 007 pinball machine. We played it for a while. Whenever there's a big show like this, and it's like last year, I think it was Godzilla that was the big launch game. So when that happens, you'll see a lot of people are, lining up to play those games. So you can imagine it's very, you got a lot of people playing those. And so it takes a long time to get in line and actually play them. I don't remember the company that makes Alien. Alien was there. I felt like Alien was cool. There's like a part here. I'm going to swap this out really quick. There's a part within Alien where I can't remember, like you hit the alien head, I think it's 3 times, and then your ball kind of sticks to this magnet, and then his mouth opens up and he like takes the ball with his long tongue. It was cool. It was kind of quirky, but I felt like some of the I don't know. I felt like some of the mechanics of the game, like, or maybe the code of the game wasn't 100% dialed in yet. So I don't know if that would be true, but that's what I felt. I felt like Bond was pretty cool, actually. Carrie was asking about that. I felt like Bond was pretty fun, but it was funny. The game we played the most probably was Deadpool. We played the crap out of Deadpool. That's one pinball machine. Deadpool seems like a great value pinball machine. The Pro model, it seems like it's very well equipped. So Jersey Jack was there, and obviously Jersey Jack is showing off Toy Story 4, right? They were talking a ton about that's their latest game. They got the Disney IP, so that was really cool. That game's pretty neat. I like it. I'm not like the biggest fan. To me, if you're gonna buy or invest in a pinball machine, it's got to be some property you love. I'm not like some crazy Toy Story fan, so I can't imagine dropping that kind of money for a Toy Story pinball. But maybe like I can see if you're a dad and you're like, oh, I need an excuse to buy a toy, and I have a kid who likes Toy Story. I know, I'll buy the Toy Story pinball. Like, and I think that's the market they're going after, right? So, believe it or not, I didn't. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I'm trying to grab the wrong message. I didn't play it. I went over and looked at it. I'm pissed that I didn't play it. It was a bummer, man. I didn't play the game. I took a bunch of footage of it and I didn't play it. I'm really bummed that I didn't, because that would have been fun. But dude, it's weird. Time goes by so fast. You can ask Nick Madsen or anybody in the chat that went to the Pinball Expo. It's like the time just flies by, and you're there for like 2 or 3 days. But it I don't know what it is. It's just you're in some kind of weird pinball time warp. and it's a bummer. But I also left a day early, but I think I'll stay an extra day next time. So Chad says, thanks for the super chat, bud. He said, did Deadpool talk to you like he knew he was in a pinball machine? That's awesome. So the other booth that was there was Spooky Pinball. So a game that I never played, which is awesome, is Total Nuclear Annihilation. I think it came out in 2016. It's so epic, though. So if you want to see a really fun video, go to was it on my channel or Todd's? No, it's on Todd's. Go to TNT Amusements channel, and Todd plays this guy named Jose who challenged Todd to play Total Nuclear Annihilation against him. And Todd got his ass kicked. I mean, I'm sorry, Todd, if you watch this. Todd got his ass whooped. I mean, bad. But see, Carrie says TNA. Yeah, they call it TNA, which is kind of funny. I'm sure Pitbull has a lot of comments on that, just TNA. But the game, I don't know what it is. It's like the music and the sounds. That game sucks you in. They're doing a rerun of the game. I guess it came out in 2016. I think they sold out really quickly. But the game is way more expensive now than it was then. So, but it is very cool. If you go Google Total Nuclear Annihilation order page or something like that, it does come up, but it's pretty expensive at this point. So, but it was cool. If I had room for pinballs, man, that would probably be on my list. It was really cool because that game's sort of like this modern retro. Like the play field is very retro. It has some modern elements to it, but to me, it's very retro. So it feels like you're playing an old game, but you're really playing a new game. It's pretty cool. I'm not a pinball expert, so I'm sitting here. That's just that's my interpretation of it. So, all right, let's go back to Carrie for a minute. We got to cover other topics, so I got to try to flip through this as quick as I can. I was surprised there was no. I don't know anything about this company, so you'll have to go watch Carrie's video. I didn't really understand that. I think they make playfield. I don't know what they do. They make cabinets. I'm not sure. Carrie can tell you in the chat. I watched the video, but I'm like, I don't understand what these guys do. There was the other section I'll talk about for a while is the home. Oh shit. I just skipped through crap. It's not this new tool I'm using. It's not easy to scrub through video. So hold on. Let me see if I can get back to it. All right. I'll let that play for a second. There was a homebrew section that had a Sonic pinball machine. It had a Frozen pinball machine. Frozen like the let it go, that thing, which was cool. But the Sonic one was epic. All right. Huge thanks to Arcade Eric. He was our tour guide. Yeah, definitely. Arcade Eric was definitely in the house helping us out. He's a great friend too. So definitely go see Arcade Eric. Pin Stadium was there. Go see him. Yeah, go to his house. Pin Stadium was there. They create these crazy lighting kits for pinball machines. I've yet to invest in one, but I'm kind of thinking I might. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, but I might. Yeah, technical. King Kong knows when there's technical difficulties or sound isn't working, I freak the hell out. I'm like, shit. So, hey, She-Lion, how's it going? Thanks for joining this morning. I appreciate it. All right, Jay says, oh, shoot. I pulled the wrong one. The Sonic Pinball table is on VPX is awesome. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same, if it's very similar or not. It's probably different, but yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff there. There was like this golden tea that someone created out of the old that one by Jack Specific, I think. But the one that's, excuse me, sorry, I'm burping. The one that just stole the show for me was the Sonic Spinball one. I think that's what it was called, Sonic Spinball or Sonic Pinball. I don't remember what they called it, but that was awesome. That was very interesting and very well done. It almost felt like you were playing a production pinball machine. Like, I can't believe that no one's made a Sonic pinball machine yet. Like, it seems like, I don't know. I would be willing to bet Sega would be open to doing that. It's just so freaking good. It's just so fun. And like all the sounds from the game are in it. It's just killer. The Frozen pinball machine's actually cool too. Believe it or not, I mean, I'm not saying I'm like a Frozen fan, but it's actually good. So yeah, so the homebrew section, like, much respect. I can't even imagine. Dude, I think working on arcade games is challenging. I can't imagine building a pinball machine. Like, I've hardly scratched the surface. I've done a shaker motor install. That's it. It's all I've done on a pinball machine. I haven't done anything else. I mean, I've cleaned the playfield via a video that Carrie did. He told you what products to do. I've done that, but I've yet to like really tinker with, you know, if nothing's broke on my pinball machine, at least that I know yet. But when it happens, yeah, I'm gonna have to just learn. Okay. Um, it was good though. It was good. It was good. It was good. I wouldn't buy a frozen pinball machine, but it was good. It was good. Thanks, JJ, for the comments on the on some of the virtual pinball stuff. All right. Arcade Hollywood says, I filmed too much. I didn't play as many games. See, I feel like Jeff, we swapped roles this year. You filmed more and I played more. I played a lot, actually, a lot more than last year, and it was so fun. My buddy George. So you guys may not remember him, but if you've been following the channel for a really long time, like from the start, there was a guy that used to be in the chats a lot. He's I can't really say his profession. I don't think I should say his profession. But anyways, I only knew him through chat. That's it. I'd never met him in person, and it was the first year I was doing YouTube, so it would have been 2018, and then it was 2019 and E3 was coming up. And he was like a really, like at the time he was just someone that enjoyed the content. But we talked on the side. Now keep in mind, like this, any wife, girlfriend, whatever, significant other might be freaked out by this, but it didn't freak me out for whatever reason. I said, I don't know what it was. Like, I just really trusted him. I felt like we were building a friendship, and I was like, do you want to go to E3 with me? And he's like, hell yeah. So he came with me to E3. I did not know him. He was just, he was someone that watched the channel. That was it. And I had a little bit of a relationship with him on Messenger, and he ended up turning out to be such a good friend. And he happens to live in Chicago, and he came to Pinball Expo, and it was epic. I'm not a crier, but it was very emotional to see him because I haven't seen him for like 3 years, and he's such a good friend. So it was really cool. But I'm not going to cry because that pit bull will punch me in the face if I cry. I can't show weakness. All right, so I don't want to be punched by him. Have you ever seen that dude? He's got like 24-inch python, so I don't even want to go near. I don't even want to touch that. I mean, look at it. You can see his profile pictures, they're tiny, but you can see that his bicep is just huge. I don't want to mess with that. I'll cry when I see George next. Nice. He's just such a nice guy. But anyways, let's skip through some of this because I got to get to the next topic. Oh shoot. He did show the P3 thing a little bit more. I'd never played this. So Magic, maybe if Carrie's in here still, he can comment on this. So the game is called Magic Gal or Magic Girl. I think it's Gal. And I guess they only made, or it never came out, and there was only like 20 of them made or 19 or something like that. I don't know. I think there's like some dramatic backstory to why the game didn't come out. I think there's some drama there, but they did have it there. And that's another game that the line was so long that I never got a chance to really enjoy it. Go over and play it. So it's kind of a bummer. I'm bummed that I never got a chance to play it. Yeah, so I guess Carrie said it's got a ton of history. So I'm not familiar with that, but I don't know. I'm sure maybe like Carrie or someone else will do a video on it at some point talking about the history of it. But apparently there's a pretty rich history to it. Yeah, Arcade Hollywood said the same thing. Dave Fix resurrected the game. Lots of backstory. Yeah, I don't know the backstory, but yeah. So that was that. It looked awesome, but I didn't play it, but it looked really, really cool. Okay, let's continue on this a little bit. Let me see. Can I swap? Yeah, there we go. I'll swap it. So the poly, why am I calling it the poly mega? The PolyCade. I'm gonna do a video on the PolyCade. It is very interesting. It's out of the price range for everyone almost. It's Nolan Bushnell's son, I think, that started the company. But it's really cool because, so here's the thing. It seems out of reach. It seems out of reach. But if you have a huge Steam library and you've always thought about, I want to build a Steam-based arcade, they have a DIY kit. So they sell, they partnered with Brooks. So Brooks is like my favorite encoder on the planet. If you're building a multicade, Brooks encoders rock. I love them. Big in the fight game community because they claim like zero latency and everything like that. But they partnered with Brooks. They have a special encoder that you can download their software for free and build your own PolyCade. So I'm thinking about, because I've built lots of multicades. I've built them with Hyperspin. I've built them with just MAME alone. I've built them with Launchbox and Big Box together, all those things. But I'm thinking about building a PolyCade as a project, maybe just a bar top, and see how it is, because you have access to your full Steam library. So it seems, and they had this, Arcade Hollywood was talking about it. They had this epic like Nintendo style cabinet. It's just that they're really expensive. But yeah, Brooks number one for me. I love those things. When I was kind of more into like the emulation side of the house, I would always either use the Ultimark encoders or the Brooks encoders. So I always love those. But yeah, I'm definitely considering the product itself. Retail is expensive. It's like $4,000 or $5,000, so it's out of reach for a lot of people. But then they sell a commercial unit. So if like someone was looking for like a commercial arcade, they have one with like card swipes and everything. But yeah, it was definitely cool. I'm definitely considering building one just as like a project, but I think I'll do it in a bar top just because I don't have room for a full arcade. I might do it as a bar top and then just sell it after. Because I'm not really into the emulation machines so much anymore, but yeah, I have like a million and one ways to do that, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. You can see right there, it's got the card swap. They can customize it with all the, I'm not a huge fan of the LED button things, but you can see it's accessible from the back. That's the wall unit. I don't know if I have footage of the Donkey Kong or the Nintendo cabinet variant. There's the twin or one of the twins. I don't know the guy on the left, so I don't know who that was. There's Magic Gal again. We gotta hurry because I have to get. I'm doing this right before work, like I always used to do. So I rush through things a little bit. This is where Carrie thanks a bunch of people, and he gets a little sappy, like I like to do. So I appreciate that, and yeah, thanking everybody, which is great. But yeah, I gotta say, like echoing his comments, there were so many people that hung out, and we got to enjoy playing together. And that's the thing. Like if you can get your group of friends, huddle around a game, 4-player, cycle through, it's just so fun. Like even though when we were playing Deadpool, I was getting pissed. It's like a fun kind of pissed off. Like King Kong knows. Like I get mad, but I'm not really mad. It's like almost funny. Like my wife laughs at me when I'm mad. $3.16. Oh, 316. I like that. 316 for Moat's presence. Thanks for the super chat. How to Bachelor. I appreciate it. How do you do? I didn't know you could do super chats with change. I didn't know that. Yeah, I skipped past Carrie's. He got nude. It was sort of weird. It's a weird part of the video. I didn't quite understand it. Yeah, John, who was with us, or Ryan, he was killing it on Deadpool. He was getting bummed because he's like, man, I'm just not playing as good as I normally do. And then all of a sudden he like woke up and he was kicking ass. His score was like, I want to say it was close to 600 million or something. He like totally kicked ass. All right, so we're going to shift gears away from pinball really quick. So I'm going to get the chat overlay out of here. And I'm going to share a couple things. This is some interesting news. I'm not going to talk a bunch on this. I felt like I kind of got, I don't want to say beat up for it, but sometimes people get like butthurt and weird about things. And I don't understand. I don't really understand it. When someone shares their opinion, it's just it's their opinion. Like you don't have to get all upset. It's not like I had some extreme opinion about it, but I had commented on this. I'm not sure if you can really see that. There you go. There was this arcade that opened up in, I think it was West Virginia, maybe, that they put card swipes on arcade one-ups. And, oh shoot, got a super chat from Stringer really quick. $6.66 super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Stringer. Oh no, someone help me. That's the satanic super chat. All right, you know what I'm talking about. That's funny. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. So yeah, they put card swipes on arcade one-ups. You got to think, right? Think about who like for me, I just can't imagine. It's hard. I'm conflicted because I don't know if the guy's being genuine, but in the video, he's like, oh, I'm giving kids a safe place to go. Well, I'm not going to be a jerk and say that's a bad thing. Any place that gives kids a place to go and not do, maybe they don't have great home lives, whatever, home lives. Like the arcade was a lot back in the day. That was a lot of the appeal was kids felt like they had a safe place with other kids and they could play their games. They connected that way. So I can't, like, I'm conflicted because I don't like the idea at all of putting coin doors and paying money to play an arcade one-up. And a lot of reasons, because me and a lot of my friends, a lot of my fellow content creators, we're trying so hard to carry this arcade torch. I mean, look at guys like Doc Mack. His arcade is a museum of arcade and gaming history. And barcades across America are opening up. They're doing better. They're doing better now than before the pandemic. Like they're doing better now. People are getting out of their houses, they're going, and most of those barcades have original machines, and they pride themselves on, not all, but most, they pride themselves on having original machines, providing a unique experience. And I think if you don't collect or have that same love and passion for like the machines themselves, it's weird. I love the machines. Sometimes I just go into my garage. I don't even power them on. I just look at them. Or I power them on and just listen to the tracked mode. It's nostalgic for me, and I love that moment in time, and it's gaming history. I'm going to get super sappy, but like, if you don't feel that same way about the preservation of these things, then you're probably like, yeah, cool, whatever. But like, I imagine if I'll flip it a little bit. Like, Carrie is exclusive pinball content. I don't know how he'd feel if someone was like, oh, I'm opening up a pinball barcade, and literally all it was 3 ArcadeONE-ups with coin doors on them. The ArcadeONE-up pinball machines. I think that would bother him, because we're trying to keep the hobby going. So, and keep the love and passion and respect for these machines, which have historical significance, alive. It probably sounds dramatic, right? But I don't, this is how I really feel about it. So it kind of pisses me off. I'm like, it does. It makes me mad. I can't really fully articulate why it makes me so mad. I think I tried right there to do it. I don't know if I did, but I tried right there to do it. That's the best way I can put it into words. But people think I'm hating on, or I just hate that term anyway. I think people think, oh, he hates ArcadeONE. I don't hate the company at all. The company itself, the way the company's run, needs some serious help. But I mean, the products they put out, they're recreations or reimaginations of the classic games, and new people can enjoy them and bring them into their home. That's not a bad thing at all. And it brings people into the hobby. A lot of people transition from ArcadeONE up to other things because they like to tinker with them and mod them. And then they start buying real machines. I think that's a great transition. And if you stay playing them, that's great too. But for the barcade and arcade scene, no. I just say no. It doesn't belong there. And yeah, the only part that I'm conflicted on is that it's always a good thing to have a safe place for kids to go that might not have a place to go. So that part of it. So if there's a soft spot, it's because as soon as they hit me with the kids not having a place to go, I was like, I would never want to be against that, because some kids don't have places to go. So anyway, I shared my opinion on that. Some people freaked out. I'd say it was like 70-30, 70 in favor of this is a bad idea, and 30 were like fighting, saying I was being difficult or whatever. But you guys know me. I'm never harsh about my opinions usually. I'm usually pretty, I try to be just kind-hearted and thoughtful with my opinions. I don't like, yeah, F this, rah, rah. That's just not really my personality. So anyway, I shared it. Some people got upset. Oh, well. So there you go. So that was that. The other thing I wanted to mention is, so this is another reason why I get upset. So it's kind of like I'm covering another topic, but while I'm covering this topic, it kind of loosely relates to why I'm upset about this ArcadeONE-up arcade. So yes, very much so. You've got Rexer, who literally goes nuclear. I just try to be reasonable, okay? And I don't. Well, he legitimately like hates the products themselves. Sorry, I don't want to make this about him, but I think where he becomes a little misguided is, I think he tries to compare them to the real things, and I don't think that company in their mind thinks this is a replacement for the real things, or this is a replica of the real thing. I don't think they think that. I think they know they're selling toy grade arcades that are influenced. So I set my expectations to a certain level. I think the people that get really upset is they set their expectations like and the prices I understand the prices are higher. So I understand being upset about when things don't go right. But like, to me, my expectations are not high on what ArcadeONE-up produces. To me, you're replacing the buttons, you're replacing the joystick, sometimes you're replacing the monitor, you're replacing the marquee. I mean, at that point, you just bought wood. You bought wood in an emulator. You know what I mean? So like, if you have to do all that, and you've had to do all that since 2018, sometimes, not on all, then yeah, my expectations are way, way, way down. I don't have high expectations. But the prices are going up. So I understand where people are like, hey, this is not reasonable that you mess up this much. And they do. They mess up a lot, and it's unacceptable. So I don't blame people for that. Thank you for the super chat, Jonathan. You should have said something. His 143. I love you. I get it. Thank you. Love you too, buddy. All right, one more super chat, and then I want to finish my thought there. I'm opening CRT discharging daycare next month. I have a feeling I might need to report you. Okay, little kid, lick your finger and... Oh, no, wait, that sounds weird. Stick it under the diode. That sounded weird. That sounds shit. Sometimes you say things and you wish you could take them back. That was one of those things. I was midstream and I just said it. I hate when I do that. All right, let's go to you can't take it back now. It's on the internet. Shit. Okay. Let's move on. So the other reason why that it upsets me about this kind of stuff is that this is there are new arcade games being made. You know, it's not, and this is one by Sega coming out. It's kind of an interesting concept. If you watched my video, I went to a I can't remember the name. It's called like Arcade Amusements Expo in Vegas earlier in the year. And so there's tons of new Raw Thrills games. So, I mean, you've got Raw Thrills making games. You've got Sega making games. For some reason, a lot of the other companies are escaping me. But there's a ton of other companies. So there are companies that legitimately make coin-operated and card swipe-operated arcade machines. So, like, it's not like you can't open up an arcade and fill it. Now, granted, the cost of entry is high, right? So you're not going to just buy some $300, $400 arcades. I mean, you're going to spend a good amount of money. But there's a new game coming out from Sega. It's a drone racing game. The thing is, so where I'm really bummed is somewhere I'd love to talk to Arcade Hollywood about this. Hollywood, we got to go to IAPPA one year. The problem is IAPPA is really close, and I bet he's been before, but IAPPA is really close to Pinball Expo. And I have to be honest with you guys, I have credits, right? Like I feel like it's my own thing, right? I don't want to be away from the family that much. I don't want the hobby to be so involved. First of all, I have my job. So I have my job to worry about, my family to worry about. Like I have a lot of responsibilities. My daughter's in college, my son's in high school. There's a lot going on. He plays football. So there's a lot of obligations. So like, trust me, if I could do this full time, like if there was someone that'd be like, yeah, we want to pay you to fly around and cover all these events, that'd be awesome. That's not reality. The reality is this is a hobby and I have to do it on my free time. I would love to go to IAPPA though. So if those of you don't know, IAPPA is a trade show where arcade operators would go to arcades in like the bigger locations like a Dave & Buster's and stuff, and they'll go find the inventory that they want to buy for the next year. So they'll feature games. So this new drone racer is something they're featuring. Actually, you know what? I had a better picture of it. Hold on, let me share the better picture really quick because we're running out of time. We got 10 minutes left. I thought I had a better picture of it. I think, I got to give them a plug. So Arcade Heroes covered it. If you guys don't know, these guys are awesome. They have a arcade in Utah. I think they have 2 in Utah. Good guys. I briefly met them in passing at that expo I went to in Vegas earlier in the year. IAPPA, I think, is in Florida, actually. Arcade Hollywood, I'm pretty sure. I'll bring up the IAPPA slate here in a second. So yeah, so that's what the machine looks like. So you're basically racing a drone, which I thought was interesting. And they have some of the pictures. It's called Drone Racing Genesis. I think it's interesting that it's Sega and they put the word Genesis in it. But anyways, yeah, it looks kind of cool. The graphics look cool. You have you can kind of see it. You have like a flight stick thing right there. It could be neat, you know? I mean, I'm hoping, see some of these games will show up in places like Dave & Buster's and stuff. So it's pretty neat. Yeah. So anyways, it's something I wanted to share just to kind of bring awareness that, yeah, there are new arcade games being made. There was a game called VR Agent that I like practically lost my shit over when I was in Vegas. It was awesome. So the VR technology is probably like a little step above what you'd get at home. Not that much, but it was the gun and the face, the mask, everything was, it just came down on a wire and you held it. Really cool. You may see VR agents in your arcade now. By this point in time, they should be out in different arcades. I'm begging Cole at Castles and Coasters. I'm like, bro, you need this because I want to go play it. I mean, selfishly, I just want to go and play it. And he loves it too. And Cole's a good friend. I'm like, dude, thing is he works there, but I'm like, Cole, take a break. I'll come down on my break. It's only 15 minutes away, so I can pull it off. 15 minutes, drive 15 minutes, play for my time. My math isn't good. Play for an hour, come back. Shit, that's longer than my lunch break. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I bet you $1 million. There's one of the guys on my team is definitely watching this right now because I stream this to Twitter. I think I'm live on Twitter. I don't know. I just hit the button. I'm live everywhere. We're live everywhere. I don't know, but okay. So let me share with you. Yeah, subscribe to the Arcade Heroes has a blog and they have a YouTube channel, and they cover a lot of cool stuff. Like he covered what you get paid in modern times to not what you get paid, but what kind of money or revenue retro games make in the arcade. And believe me, it's not that good. So this is IAPPA. This is that trade show. It's huge they even have roller coasters there. They construct, or at least they used to, they construct roller coasters in here. And they'll even demo those. So like family fun centers go here and they'll like look at roller coasters and stuff. It's like this is a big deal. I want to go here so bad. But yeah, if Arcade Hollywood would go here one year, I'd be all about that, man. It would be Geek Fest times 1 billion. I don't even think him and I would just probably explode with excitement. I don't think we could even do it. We'd be like, Arcade Hollywood. I'd be freaking out. I'd be freaking the hell out. And I don't think we could do it. Dude, it's in Orlando, I think. I think that's what it said. Let's see. It's in Orlando. I'm looking at it right now. Orlando, Florida. It's November 14th through the 17th. Dude, there's no way. Him and I would combust. We could handle it. I'm just saying, dude, we're both very excitable people. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Oh wait. Who said? Adam said you're salaried. It's all good. See, Adam's my boss. Adam says it's all good. Arcade Eric is commenting on the grid. So the grid was super fun. The grid was super fun to play together as a bunch of people. So we did go there and we played the grid, which was fun. We all did go over to Galloping Ghost for a little while. That was fun. So Ryan, this is actually, oh no, that's not the right Ryan. That's a different Ryan. But Ryan says VR Agent is at an arcade near me. Dude, you should totally play it. If you have one near you, 100% play it. It's awesome. I think it is, at least. It was really fun when I played it. All right, hold on. Clack says, remember, Ralph, you have a laptop. You could work from Castles. See, I never leveraged that. I really could, though. Like, and he's actually said that. He's like, we have a conference room. You could work from here. And I mean, like, it really could. And I don't think, I don't know if that's the problem. I don't know if I trust myself to work remotely work remotely from an amusement park. Like, how much work would you get done? I mean, I'm like, hey, oh no, we got a bot in here. Hold on. Crap. All right, I blocked him. I don't think I have a moderator in here. I got to give a wrench to Arcade Hollywood, but Retro Ralph meetup. Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right. Ralph doesn't have self-control. Do you guys? Okay. Would you guys be able to work remotely from an amusement park and be like, oh yeah, and you have a window out to like the roller coasters, and you're like, yeah, sure, I'll help you with that. Like, really? Like, no way. There's no way you guys could. Arcades and Tinder. Oh, Nick Madsen. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, bud. I forgot that you're fully wrenched. Go get him, buddy. All right. Wow, you guys are going. I'll wrench you. I would love to arm wrestle you one day. I'd probably lose you. Actually, no, I wouldn't. You'd probably break my arm off. I'd probably, yeah. I don't know. If you'd go easy on me and do it seriously, we could do it. It'd be fun. I mean, I would last for 2 seconds, but I would go over the top. I'd be like, you wouldn't even know. We'd be going, and I'd be like, hold on. I never wear my hat backwards, but I will for this. Yeah, Pitbull. You think you got me? He'd be like, I'd be down here. Oh, Pitbull, no, stop. Damn! Pitbull. Anyway, that's exactly how it would go. Exactly how it would go. All right. Well, if I didn't blow your eardrums out from the live stream, then thank you for joining. All right. Super chat from Stringer says the tiny room on the roof would be a great office. There's no AC in that thing. Hey, Mr. Cool. We can install a Mr. Cool up there. Hey, I'm sorry. I haven't really. Next show, I'm going to try to really get to the chat. I feel like I was not very good at managing the chat this show, but I also haven't been doing live streams in a while, so I apologize. Are you sure you're arm wrestling? I have grown very attracted to this hat. I know I wear it way too much, but I love the hat. Oh no. Oh no, you really watch it in your office? Oh shit. D Santa, can you please come to the office water cooler, please? All right. Anyway, thanks, Arcade Hollywood. I appreciate it, buddy. I have a ton to cover. You had a ton to cover. Yeah, I did, but I was trying to make it. Next time maybe I'll cover one topic and then leave it to chat. Maybe that's how we do it. All right, it's coming on 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, that's when we have to call it. I literally have to call it because I got to go downstairs and work. So I Superman it. I switch out of these clothes. I somehow look like an office guy, and I do it overnight. Oh, Facebook comments aren't coming through. That's a bummer. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why is that? Why is that not working? I don't know. Damn it. I don't know. You're not picking up your son. I have to today though. He is football. Gets out of football at 5:30. Nick saying, did he recover from Pinball Expo? What do we got here? That hat kicks ass. Thanks, man. It should. It cost me a lot of money. I will say this. Okay, for all you people that now I'm gonna get upset. Not because of your comment, but maybe a little bit. Okay. Everyone was like, oh, you paid too much for that hat, bro, blah, blah. Well, guess what? This is an official one from Bend, Oregon. I got so aggravated with all of you that I went and bought the freaking one that everyone's like, it's $11 on the Blockbuster website. And it's this cheap piece of shit. This one's retro. That one, literally, I put it on my head and the freaking, what do you call these things? The freaking thing on top popped off. And I was, and you can ask him, I was in the kitchen. I was like, those sons of bitches. I was like, wait till I tell them I'm going to go on a live stream. I was considering opening up a live stream right then and being like, yeah, here's your $11 crappy hat. Anyways, well, I don't think I did, Pinball, so hopefully. Anyway, yeah. It was like, I think it was $40, but supposedly the idea was it was from Bend, Oregon. It was from the original Bend, Oregon, but not, they did start making like reproductions of these, but you can tell like when you pull the $11 one out of the box, it looks like someone made it with like paper mache and freaking construction paper from CVS or Walgreens. Like it just doesn't look right. Still wearing after dropping it in the I didn't drop it in the men's room, did I? Wait, no. I didn't drop it in the men. I think he's joking. I would remember that. I wasn't drinking. That's another thing. I had probably, I'd be shocked if I had 5. I think I had 4 beers, maybe 5 the whole entire time. So that's over a 3-day time span. I had 5 beers. That's not bad. Now I am a lightweight, but that's not bad. All right, it's 8 o'clock. We got to go. I'm gonna hit the music here. I hate to say goodbye, but we have to do it. I hate to. I would stream all day with you guys. Well, then it wouldn't be as exciting. I'd run out of stuff to talk about by like, I think I could probably go like 3 hours and then you'd be like, all right, bro, you got nothing to talk about. I'd start talking about random stuff. But anyways, I appreciate everyone joining. Definitely thank you to everyone that came up at Pinball Expo, said hi, hung out, played games. All my friends that went. It's too long of a list to list, but you guys were like awesome. It was so awesome to hang out with everybody. And I think if there's one thing I learned at this show is like, man, if I can just put that camera down for a little while and really enjoy the moment, it's just like they're like memories you'll have for a long time, and it was awesome. So I was really excited about that. I actually I talked to Scarlet Sprites quite a bit, but we've yet to do something together. Maybe we will at some point. That'd be awesome. Hey, go visit this guy. This guy is funny as hell, and he lives in Arizona. Go to Retro SF Sound Effects Mashups. This guy's awesome. Watch his videos on YouTube. I can't even tell you how much time and effort he probably puts into one video. It's crazy. Go watch this guy. And then go watch this guy too. And then go watch Todd if you can, and go watch Arcade Hollywood, and anyone else I missed in the chat. Go watch Mike of All Trades. Go watch Sheila. Everybody that's in here, go support the community. I did not drop the hat on the floor. You're talking crap. I don't think I dropped the hat on the floor. Anyways. When were you holding a camera? Not much. Not much. All right, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. And we will see you on the next one.